Welcome to the Screenwriters Beat pre-show!
Yay!
I like how I slid it across my graphics. It's so high-tech.
You know how much I love those graphics.
Exactly. Please welcome Heidi Mastrogiovanni.
Hi, hello Anne. Hi everyone. This is so much fun. So great to be here.
It is super. We are here for another Screenwriters Beat pre-show, talking about our two upcoming shows this Thursday.
Yay!
Woo-hoo.
What number are they?
15 and 16.
Stop it. That's impossible.
I know. It's really cool. We've just knocked them out pretty fast.
Yep. It's flown by. It's flown by. It's been so much fun. It has flown by.
Now, Heidi, what are you up to right now, just so we can hear what's happening in the life of a working screenwriter?
This past week, past couple of weeks has been preparing our pitch package for A Town Called Peculiar, which is the broadcast sequel to our web series Verdine and Glenita. So that's
cool.
been a lot of fun and very, very, very intense work.
Do you already have people set up to pitch it to, or do you just get it all ready first?
Yeah, we have some people set up to pitch it to. I'm excited!
I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much.
Show.
It's going to be fun.
I'll put a link up.
Thank you.
So everyone can see how you can because you can still watch some of the episodes online, right?
Absolutely. All 6 of our Verdine and Glenita episodes are online. We'd love to have you watch them. Love to have you all come like our Facebook page, the whole thing.
Super. I'll put that up there, and I recommend doing it. Some funny shows. George Wendt was in one of the last one or two.
Yes. George is our Uncle Beanie Franks.
He was great. And you're in it too, aren't you? Psychiatrist?
Yes. I have a little moment. I'm not on screen long enough for people to realize that I can't actually act, so that's fun.
But see, that's great. A screenwriter writes the perfect role for themselves.
One of the many powers that a screenwriter has. Absolutely. And what are you up to?
Well, I've finished up my writing assignment, although I still have a polish.
Congratulations. That's great.
Feels good. It's I'm
Wonderful.
really pleased with it. It's a contained psychological thriller. It'll be
Beautiful.
fun. They're going to film it next February, so that'll be cool.
Oh, honey, congratulations. That's fantastic. Wonderful news.
So outside of that, I'm trying to finish the second book in that series. A romantic suspense novel based on a script.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm almost
Lovely.
done. I like
Lovely.
impossible
Wonderful.
deadlines. Okay, let me hit you with the topics, okay?
Okay.
These should be interesting, and they come from a lot of feedback I've gotten here and there, and just, trolling the web and figuring out what people might need to know.
That's great.
Good. The first one's episode 15 will be how to get work. We need that, right? Everyone wants that.
Everyone wants that.
So I'm asking the panel to come out with some ideas of, like, if anyone listening, or even for us, what we would do tomorrow
that's a good question. I don't know why this just popped into my head, but if you haven't already done it, I would start my screenwriting, my personal website. And if you do already have one, I would enhance it, and I would have a blog, and I would visit it every day. And guess what? I need to take my own advice because I haven't done that yet. But that's the first thing that popped into my mind that you can do tomorrow.
I agree, because that's like it's like your online business card. Not that writers have business cards, so that's where it should be, right? You don't need a paper card.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think you need to be a presence online. You need to be a presence on Facebook. You have an author's page. You and I have an author's page on Facebook, and we need to have those things.
Multiple ones. I have for every. I have several pen names. I'm waiting for one of them to strike it rich.
Oh, on the horizon, absolutely. It's right around the corner, absolutely.
Yeah, good. That's good advice right there. Outside of course, having a really kick-ass screenplay, a couple specs there ready to go.
That's right.
These are things like if you've already got that in place, what to do next.
Yes.
Cool. I'm glad you like that. We're going to do a show and tell for that one. I kind of feel like the games are just a way to laugh at each other, but I don't know how
I like those. I like the games. I like them. They're
Good
fun. Yeah.
Very good to hear. All right, and then so episode 16, we always do back-to-back episodes when I get everybody together, so that's why we
Yes.
come out with 2 at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So episode 16 is feedback versus coverage.
Excellent point. Excellent topic.
Yeah, it's come up before in other discussions, and we've always said we got to go back and really
Exactly.
nail that with a pin, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it makes sense to me that we'll talk a little bit about feedback from your peers first, about how to handle that, how useful it is, which is very useful starting out, and then coverage, paid coverage.
Yep.
Have you done that? Have you paid for coverage?
I have not paid for coverage. I think one of the reasons is because you and I met in this wonderful community of screenwriters, Screenwriting You, with Hal and Cheryl Crozman. And I have found that the peer feedback I've gotten has really, really, really done the job for me. I do know people who love paid coverage. It's just I feel like I've been lucky to meet a couple of people who have just given me really superb ideas and peer coverage. Have you done the paid coverage?
You know, years ago, like when I was starting out as a screenwriter, I did send like a very first script out. And, you know, I didn't know enough to even be able to process the feedback I got.
Exactly.
So I'm in the same boat as you, that I rely on the people I've met through Screenwriting You, who are all really talented screenwriters,
Yep.
and that's the feedback I use. But
Yep.
I think it's really beneficial. I mean, I wouldn't not do it.
I agree. I agree.
You know, because when you're working with a producer, I take their feedback. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I absolutely agree. I mean, I would check the sources of coverage, and I would get recommendations, of course, as with anything. Absolutely.
Right. Well, and there's also some really cool contests. One of my favorites coming up is Blue Cat, and they offer an analysis with your entry fee. So I think that's a cool way to get feedback.
Very cool. Lovely, lovely way to get some responses, some from readers, which is what you want too.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of those people, at least that read for contests, and we talked to Howard Kasner once, who he reads for several. Cool guy, and I mean, it's really cool because that's like professional feedback. You need to know that people are getting that at a certain level.
Absolutely. I love that interview, by the way. That was, if anyone hasn't seen that interview, go back to Screenwriters Beat, go to the Facebook page, and find that interview. It was terrific.
Thank you. I'll put up a link. That was from one of our strategy sessions, and I'm going to have more of those coming.
Great.
So I look forward to that. Well, I'm glad you like that topic. So those are going to be our 2 shows.
It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun.
I know.
As always.
As always.
By the way, I'm loving that hat, as I mentioned to you before we got this set up. And my husband's going to want to borrow that hat. He's going to love that hat.
This is my LA hat. You know,
it's very cool.
It makes a bad hair day look really good.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. Well, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because it's fun to learn a little bit even in a pre-show. So here it goes. When you are writing a spec, or actually even if you're just writing even a rewrite assignment also, how do you balance budget and creativity?
I'm going to be honest with you, because I have produced I've been one of the producers on our web series and also on a couple of short films. I tend to lean toward budget. And I would say to any writer, especially a screenwriter who's starting out, your creativity is vital and wonderful. Make it work within the lowest budget that you possibly can. I honestly would say that to you. You've heard me say before on Screenwriters Beat, get out and make a short film. Do it.
Yeah.
We can do that now, and do it in a budget that works, and then you'll know what producers are looking at when you have your spec script. So that's my gut feeling about budget versus creativity. What are your thoughts, Anne?
Yeah, because I'm writing a lot of contain, and I'm working for this mid to lower range budget. I can never not consider budget, but I don't let that stop the creativity. So go ahead and brainstorm, do whatever you think, but then you have to dial it down, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, now when you're filming your webisodes, obviously they're comedies, so they're heavier with dialogue and humor. Did you come into any creativity issues that you said, we can't film this?
Nothing's leaping into my mind, and when we did, we just adjusted. But I never sat there, you know, as part of the writing team. I don't think we ever sat there and felt like, oh no, we wish we could do this, but we just can't. And it was and the things were contained. The episodes were contained.
Right.
And we were lucky enough to work with a bunch, you know, a wonderful group of people who were all committed to making this work.
That's cool. Well, in a way, it makes you be more creative because,
yes.
You know, there are a lot of things you can do on a very basic budget. I've worked with producers that had like a $30,000 budget, which is no budget,
right?
And they had a hot air balloon, so you just never know what they. Yeah, they did a hot air balloon chase, so they had 2 hot air balloons.
That's really on $30,000. That's really impressive.
Yeah. Well, you know, someone gave them the balloons, but that's the deal. You really don't know what you can or can't do. I mean, they had a problem with a dog just running across the shot, so they couldn't do that, but they could do 2 hot air balloons.
And it's an adventure. I love to look at these, as you said, Anne, I love to look at it as a challenge to your creativity and as an adventure. And what can you come up with that will be creative and wonderful within budget?
Exactly. So, well, if you're writing it just for your spec, it actually doesn't really matter because a spec is more about someone reading it for your writing style.
True. True.
So you could push some barriers because people know that you're going to write for them. You'll write for budget, right?
Yeah, I think that's true. I still think keep it. How can
It's not going to be Indiana Jones, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And you're right, and it does depend entirely on the genre. Absolutely. I mean, certain things are expected from a thriller, from an adventure. So yes, absolutely. Keep your genre in mind too, of course.
Yeah. So it kind of depends what you're writing for.
Yes.
If you're writing a spec to get work, it probably would help if you can show how creative you can be on a budget.
Yes.
But if you want to write that big budget film, we'll write it. I mean.
Absolutely.
Time.
Absolutely.
Boiled down to time, right?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I love your idea of writing a short, though. Write a short. Try to film it.
Yes. It's going to be your calling card as well. It's going to be part of your pitch package for you as a screenwriter. And you can do this. Yeah. Cameras exist that you can use, you know.
Well, you know, I think it's a good idea to have not only a spec feature film that is, you know, high concept, wonderful, but also have a short film because a short film, if you got something that's under 20 pages, someone will read the whole thing. And if you know how to write a short and can use that as a sample, I think it would be huge to prove you can do that. It's such a different beast, right?
Yes, very much so. I think that's an excellent idea, and to have, you know, film that short and have the script as well, and have it be just as kick-ass as your spec.
Yeah, well,
as your full-length spec.
Our very own wonderful Eric Ingram has written several short films that have gotten him work down the road.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. They're like a calling card.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can put them on Inktip for free. I haven't checked it recently, but you could as of yesterday.
I haven't checked it, but that's again a wonderful resource for getting your name and your work out there.
It truly is.
You know, you should be networking and marketing all the time.
Yes, all the time. Yet another good topic. I'll write that one down.
Yay!
Yay! Well, Heidi, we did it. We've covered the pre-show.
Yay! It was so much fun, Anne. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this. You know I always love doing this.
I do, and it's fun to chat. And we'll see you on Thursday, and hopefully everybody out there in wonderful YouTube, Google Plus Hangout land.
Can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, our shows, they are live for the public that wants to join us. They're this Thursday. What is this Thursday? The 9th, October 9th.
Yes.
At 5 p.m. LA time or thereabouts. We aren't actually clock punchers. We're writers.
We're writers. Exactly. Fantastic.
We try to make it on time. We have some technical difficulties from time to time.
We're pretty good about it. Yeah.
But if you can join us, if you can't, the shows are all posted on YouTube later that evening for everyone to see. So like us and subscribe below.
Like us.
I have heard that some of if you subscribe, doesn't mean you're always going to get an email about it,
Okay.
because you have to go into your settings, and even then they might not come up. But if you go to your YouTube page, they will be there. The new shows will be there.
Fantastic.
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it, right? Something like that. Anyway, Heidi, happy writing. Good luck with your packaging, and I expect good news very, very soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you, and enjoy your writing, and can't wait to see you on Thursday. Thank you so much.
Me too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy writing.
Happy writing.
And we bye-bye.